NIP are going to do here, actually, if they're going to just wait out the next Roshan, they have a good aggressive ward around this this trap right now that's going to be taken out by Ace, and if they can play zone control here and not let Monkey King scout, it gets very difficult for Anvorgesa to open a fight.
I mean, especially since they, both Game 1 and Game 2, their biggest strength has been outmaneuvering Anvorgesa when it comes to like the macro game of split pushing and such. And then on top of that, with these bounty runes, another Roshan coming up, it just makes sense to, I think, control the map and secure your advantage a little bit more.
Yeah, and they're scaling a lot too. It's not only the Magnus that's going to scale. The Sven is getting really big, and of course they will be able to kill the Roshan relatively quickly once it spawns with the Daedalus. I think what NIP are hoping for is that Anvorgesa is going to give them a freebie. They know there's no buyback on the TA, they know there's no buyback on the Magnus, so if they find either of these two, they probably straight up end the game.
So if NIP do just kind of play to control the map, play in high ground areas, wait for Anvorgesa to kind of run into them, as you said, kind of give them a freebie, how should Anvorgesa be playing this?
It depends if they have any smokes left. I think they've burnt all of them. I feel like we've seen them smoke a lot in this game. Is there one on the courier right now? No, that's a sentry ward. That doesn't work like that.
None on the heroes.
Yeah, I don't think they have smokes. It makes it really difficult to exit the base. If you don't have a smoke and you feel cornered, and you don't have an Invis hero that can scout, they could technically try the Monkey King and take the risk and jump him in and hope that he gets some vision, like they're doing right now, but they're doing this because they see NIP on their own top ward. That's why they feel confident moving in.
So the other play, if you don't have a smoke, you have to eliminate the vision of the enemy team. That's what the Bane's trying to do right now. He's throwing sentries all over the place, trying to kill the aggressive vision of NIP so they can move outside of the base without being completely red. They see a small opportunity where Saksha shows himself kind of deep. Can't catch him, though, thanks to that bulldoze. K1's got to be careful, though. Does he have a Quelling Blade or anything to cut down trees? They do at least have the Stormbreaker charge. They are going to be able to just quickly take out Jericho. Ace, he did not like the way the last team fight went, where he was Fiend's Grip forever. Now, at the same time, Peter Van Dam is going to go down without getting off his golem. The Wukong's man goes down, but Ace just ignoring it, continue to go for this Tiny. He wants to get rid of the Disablers as best as possible. 33, jumped on by Chris Luck. Savage roars. Whisper is trying to get away from this damn bear. K1's not going to help him out at all, as now he's going to be charged on through Hector, and will be able to stun him up until Stinger comes in with a good avalanche. But there's another Savage roar with Fada in the side, just draining the Monkey King out. None of them have buyback, so now it's just the Tiny and the TA holding against what is going to be a very fast push from Ninjas and Pijamas. We already talked about how Pugna and this lone Druid can tear apart towers now that Ace is hitting pretty hard as well. All they need is a few seconds to be able to get tier 3 and the mid lane of Barracks and possibly call this a full Megas.
Yeah, 30 seconds is more than enough for them to go and take bottom.
Especially if Ace makes another initiation, he just keeps on going for Jericho. Never again will he let himself be being scripted into an enfeebled sleep. He's just going to keep on going for that 5 position. Stinger tossing him up in the air, just trying to kill the bear, which is doing so much damage to these buildings. They will manage to kill it.
You really wanted the courier.
But a fresh bear being summoned, and they just get Megas.
Yeah.
That's it.
I still think Anvorgesa is going to play the game in the hope that they can find a good team fight and maybe make an all-in push with their Empower. They can take buildings really fast. They have Deso. But yeah, now they're kind of at the mercy of NIP slipping up, especially if they have no smoke still. Roshan is about to respawn in 1 minute 30 seconds. NIP can go and grab that, get Aegis Cheese, and a random choice between Aghanim Scepter and Refresher Shard. Never really know which one it is, and the other team doesn't either. You can tell that I'm not a big fan of this mechanic.
What was that voice? Was that like a nerdy, a sophisticated nerd?
I don't know. I'll be happy with that.
It was your voice of disapproval. You don't like it.
I love the addition of the Aghanim Shard on the Roche. I personally
just don't like the RNG.
I personally would like the third Roche to always give the same, or if you keep it the way it is now, then you alert the enemy team who picked up Aghanim Scepter Shard if there is one, like it does with the Aegis, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's like the burden of knowledge. I find it a bit weird personally, but
yeah, I can see what you're talking about. There are enough ags that like brutally change the game that. With the accent, you should be able to know.
Yeah, and beforehand, you knew there was a Refresher Shard in play, right? So you wouldn't know who had it, but you know it's in play. But when Roche gets killed, the third Roche gets killed, you don't know what's in play.
Right.
And that's kind of a burden on the losing team.
That makes sense.
So, yeah. Anyway.
Top is missing.
Roche, 20 seconds, NIP clearly just waiting for it. Their waves are pushing in again. Traps cannot kill these mega creeps. They're just way too strong. So Chris Luck has to do it by hand.
How droll.
And this Roche is spawning in just a second. NIP is going to make really quick work of that and push for the game.
How many TA traps do you think it takes to kill a mega creep?
Does he have the...
He has the trap damage.
I'm
Do
looking
the
at
math for us, Cinder.
3.
And I'll talk about
You need 3.
meaningless 3.
3 traps for a
All right, line it up, Chris Luck.
Uh-oh. Peter?
They almost picked off Peter. Stinger can't quite do enough damage. Now the Monkey King's going to be able to jump this time around. Peter does manage to get off the Golem in time. And he's going to beat Decrepify as well. Look at Ace. Again, he's just like, nope. Where's the Bane? Finds him, kills him. Now I can play the rest of my team fight out. He tries to go for Whisper. Whisper with the skewer. RP doesn't quite catch Peter. But where's the damage? There is none because K-Walk got totally controlled up by the Spirit Breaker. And Chris Luck was trying to deal with Ace. But as it is, Anvorgesa knows that it is all over. They've been 2-0'd by Ninjas the Pijamas. And they'll take the elevator down to the lower bracket.
They made them work for it though. Like I said, I thought this was going to be a 20 to 25 minute win, especially when we saw how the first 10 to 15 played out. But a couple of good team fights from Anvorgesa and maybe a little bit of overconfidence from